What's going on, everybody? This your boy BucosLocker coming to you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for supporting this channel through thick and thin. Y'all been with me for a long time. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all been on this channel for years. I keep letting y'all know I really appreciate y'all and all the support y'all give. Shout out to all the rest of the Buccaneer fans that don't support the page, but that support the team. Shout out to y'all. Keep supporting the team. Agree to disagree. Everybody on the same boat, on the same mission as the fan base. So yeah. Long time no see, y'all. Long time no see. Long time no see. We are in April now. It's about to get turned up over here. The video is about to start churning out. I just want to drop this video, give y'all a heads up, and also talk about what's going on with the Bucs, as far as what they got going on, and rumors, and all this other extra stuff they be doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, off season is always narratives and storylines and, you know, stuff that you don't want to get caught up in, right? What up, Bucs Talk Podcast? What's up, man? But don't get too caught up in the rumors, okay? Don't get caught up into the rumors. They're rumors. Nothing is factual until it happens. Now, before I get to all that, the Bucs picked up someone. Not just someone, but when I saw the guy play, I thought he was pretty decent. The Bucs, Jason Light and his crew. What up, Eli? They picked up Ryan Neal to a one-year deal. Not a lot of money, you know, one-year deal. So this is kind of like one of those prove-it deals. Seattle didn't want to pay him, and he was looking to get a bag. And he was not going to re-sign with Seattle unless he got a bag. So it's interesting that he, you know, the Bucs signed him, because when you look at it, he could have just did the one-year deal with Seattle and stayed over there and played on that one-year contract and got the bag. But for whatever reason, they had some type of, like a little fallout, probably, most likely, probably a fallout. But the Bucs doing their due diligence, knowing they have a position that needs some bodies. Now, I know people talked about, you know, the safety position and stuff like that, but with this signing, it affects how the Bucs draft, because he's a starter, folks. He's a starter, right next to Winfield Jr. No question at all. There is no doubt. There is no thinking about it. Ryan Neal is a starter. When I watched him play, I thought he was pretty decent. Like, I thought he was good. That's why I was kind of, when I saw the signing, I was like, oh, this probably, to be real with you, besides the Lavonte Davis situation and Jamel Dean, this is the Bucs' best pickup. This is the Bucs' best move. Whether they not re-signing people, releasing people, or like, this is their third best move, behind Lavonte David, behind Jamel Dean, and I think the Ryan Neal signing is a very underrated signing. I know it's only 1 year. Most likely, we're probably not going to pay him, but hey, he fills a position of need. We don't have to draft that position early. Now, I know some of y'all running around here with the Brian Branch. Signing Ryan Neal changes everything. Y'all understand that? The Bucs are literally giving y'all a heads up on what they're going to do in the draft. Literally. So you can sit here and talk about safeties and slot guy. It's not happening in the first round. Get it out your head. Ryan Neal is a starter. It's a one-year rental, because I just don't see what the Bucs got to pay Winfield Jr. They're gonna pay Winfield Jr. They're not gonna pay Ryan Neal. And if they can find a way, if he plays good, try to sign him to a 2-year deal. You know what I'm saying? But Tristian Wrifs, Winfield Jr., possibly Devin White. So it's going to be kind of hard to sign Ryan Neal next offseason to a long-term deal. Well, I'm not even going to say long-term, but mid-term deal. I'm going to stop saying long-term. Long-term to me, 5 years. But the 2-3 year deals, those are mid-term, short-term deals. So, but shout out to Jason Light. I like this signing. I really do. You've done a great job this offseason. Letting go of people that you needed to let go. Re-signing people that you really need to sign. You know what I'm saying? So, can we please clear up this narrative? What up, Andre Cook? Zachary, what's up? Bobbing for Christ. Store Stop Stew, what up, man? Can y'all get y'all heads focused on the trenches? This Ryan Neal signing, that eliminates Brian Branch in the first round. That clearly eliminates Brian Branch in the first round. Because you don't sign Ryan Neal and then turn around and draft Brian Branch in the first round. Now, the Bucs can go back and address the position in a later round. You know, you got 2 5th rounds, you got 2 6th round picks, and you got 2 7th round picks. But those first 3 rounds, you do not touch anything outside of the trenches. Period. That's how it works. Devin Green, what's up? Yes, I thought it was a good signing. I think this is going to be a very underrated signing. You know what's so crazy? And it's a good crazy too. He's going to play well, in my opinion. Not saying I'm not going to be optimistic. You know, I'm going to be optimistic, but it's in my opinion though. I think he's going to play well. I think he's going to play well. From the tape I watched, I'm surprised teams ain't pick him up. Now, he's 27, so he basically got 1 contract left, and he was trying to get one. Unfortunately, he didn't get his bag, but he'll get the bag if he plays well, and I think he will in this system. Now, remember, Seattle's system is a lot different from the Bucs system, right? Seattle's system is not as aggressive as Todd Bowles. They don't blitz as much. And Seattle play a lot of 4-man fronts too. And Seattle love to play with 2 safeties, like back there. Now the Legion of Boom days, they played cover 3. Earl Thomas, deep safety, free safety, and they had Cam Chancellor. Shout out to Cam Chancellor. They had him at strong safety, basically like almost a strong side linebacker, and it worked. But when the Legion of Boom kind of went away, they went and got Jamal Adams, and they had some situations with the safety, and they picked up Ryan Neal, and he was under the radar. Like, he wasn't on nobody's radar last year, really. But to me, this is a good signing. This is the third best signing, or this is the third best transaction the Bucs made. Whether, like I told you, this is the third best transaction the Bucs have made, whether it's re-signing people or releasing people, or even the trade with Shaq Mason for a 5th round pick. So shout out to Jason Light. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Jason Light. You're doing the right things. This is what a lot of us fans, the ones that don't favor either side, this is what the fans wanted Jason Light to do. Even with Tom Brady, he was here. Even before Tom Brady. Make the right signings, man. Because if you go back in history and look at the Bucs free agent signings, it ain't been so great. Y'all remember the Chris Baker, the Darrelle Revis, the Deshaun Jackson? I remember them. There's been some good free agent signings, the Vincent Jacksons, rest in heaven. But you get what I'm saying? We haven't had a history of making correct moves. It's always been head scratching moves. And then when 2020 hit, we made, the Brady, the Gronkowski, the AD, the Fournette, the Ryan Suckup, Tristian Wirfs, Winfield Jr. All moves made by Jason Light. Kudos to Jason Light. But you gotta be consistent with it. You can't just pick and choose when you want to make the right moves at the right time. And at this point, the Bucs are in gray area because we don't know what type of team we're gonna get. Yes, we know the players, most of the players on the team that they have had for a few years, right? But remember, every year is different. Even with these signings and people being released and traded, whatever, and then we got the draft coming up, we don't know exactly what we have. But we do know is the reality of it. the reality of the situation that the Bucs had to do, they're doing it. They're following exactly what they're supposed to do. Not overspending, not reaching, shedding dead weight on the salary cap, not resigning people, moving on from people. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you do it the right way. Remember, you can still win on the fly, but you still got to be able to have flexibility with your roster, like the Eagles, the 49ers, Baltimore. Still, they got flexibility because that's why they're able to consistently win for years, not just 2 years. They are able to win every year and be in competition every year. If you make the right moves, the roster will play itself out. No more Chris Bakers and no more Deshaun Jacksons, Albert Haynesworth, no more Darrell Reeves type stuff. None of that. No more of that. No more Hakeem Hicks, Julio Fulio. No more of that. Russell Gage. No more of that, man. Moving forward, this is how you do it, Jason Light. Find ways to get extra draft picks. Make the correct drafts. Sign the right free agents. That's all you got to do. But I like this, though. And y'all know how I feel about Jason Light. Well, I ain't gonna know how I feel about Jason Light. Y'all know what I think of Jason Light. Outside of 2020, this is his best offseason. When you look at everything around since he's been here, everything around the 2020, everything from 2014 to 2023, this offseason right here. He's only had 2 good off seasons. 2020, 2023. Let that sink in. He's been with the organization for 9 years. 2 really good off seasons. And that's free agent signings, draft picks. Now, the jury is up on the draft picks because that's the missing piece to complete this off season for the Bucs. Well, I didn't say complete it, but you get what I'm saying. Complete phase off season. So to complete phase 2, it's pretty much complete. So A for Jason Light on phase 2. Phase 1, that was kind of like, cut and shed salary. That's another 8. Sign and trade and all that stuff like that. Well, I ain't gonna say sign and trade, but I would say no, that's a B. Phase 1, I give him a B because I didn't like the Baker Mayfield sign. I didn't like that. I thought it was terrible. I still think it's terrible. Look, but I'm gonna be like I said, I'm not gonna hate, but I thought it was a terrible signing. We're not going anywhere with Baker Mayfield. I stand on that. Not like unless he proves me wrong. And we don't give a lot of players leeway, so I'm not gonna give him leeway. Especially players like him that think he's more than what he is. So if he proves me wrong, I'll eat crow. But until then, I thought it was a terrible signing. So that's why I gave him a B in phase 1. But phase 2 for Jason Light, the free agent phase, A+. Now, if he can cap this off with a great draft, you get another 8. So you have a B, an A, and an A. And then when training camp hit in preseason, that's phase 4. If they can come out of that training camp with good feedback, no major injuries and none of that, and some development with these players like Logan Hall and Tryon and obviously Devin White and these draft picks, get a couple starters there, and they shine in training camp and preseason, that's another 8. And now we go into the season with a better outlook. That's how you kind of want the offseason to be. Phase 1. When the season's over with, boom. Okay. Be cool, stay cool. Phase 2, free agency. Stay cool, don't overspend, do what you need to do, whatever case may be. Phase 3, draft. Do what you do, draft the positions you need. Don't draft the best player. Draft the position that you need to fill. This is not the situation like 2021 when the Bucs came out of the Super Bowl run and they just drafted whatever. You know what I'm saying? So no, this ain't that draft for that. You draft for starters. Like in a perfect scenario, the Bucs get 3 or 4 starters out of this draft. That would be tremendous, and they impactful players. And if they complete that, now on paper, if he does it right, it's gonna look good. And then training camp, and those guys that he drafted, those first 3 rounds, maybe 4 or first 3 rounds or first 3 picks, first, second, third round pick, they impactful players. Then they go into camp and they shine, and they earn their starting spot. And can you imagine going into the preseason and then finishing the preseason, and then going into the season with an outlook like that? Phase 1B, or phase 1A, whatever. Phase 2B, because of the Baker Mayfield, B plus. And then phase 3, you hit the draft. And then phase 4, those rookies shine. That means you will go into the season like, okay, we had a great all season. Had a great draft. Preseason, training camp went well. Preseason went well. Then you can start talking, opinionated, but you can start having some type of outlook on the season. Like, okay, we might win 9, 10 games. 11's a reach. I'm going to be honest with you. 11's a reach. But if those rookies do what they're supposed to do, and Tristian and Logan Hall make a jump, we good. We good. But so far, so good. The Ryan Neal signing is good. I like it. I like it. The worst thing that Jason has done this offseason was Baker Mayfield. That was the worst move. The worst move. But I understood why he signed Baker Mayfield. I understood why he's done everything what he's done with the Ryan Neal signing. They identified we need a safety. We need a starting caliber safety. Now Winfield Jr. can play the free and do what he needs to do. Winfield Jr. can go back to where he belongs. And if in a perfect world, you kind of want Zion McCullough to slide into that slot. I know he's outside cornerback, but why not? Now, can the Bucs still address the secondary? Yes. Even with the Ryan Neal signing. Yes, they can still address the secondary, but not in the first 3 rounds. Trenches, 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 trenches. Well, the Bucs got a lot of guys already here. I get it. But if you got guys on the board that's more talented, you take them. Well, we got Antonie. I get it. If Osiris Florence is on the board, we got Fred Walton. We got, Stenny and Jensen and Hainsley and Luke Gedeke. Bruh, we had a 30-second run game in the NFL. Anybody will be an upgrade. Outside of Tristian Wrifs and Ryan Jensen, anybody will be an upgrade over those guys. Over the right guard, left tackle. Any one of those, any guy they draft in those positions will be an upgrade. I'm being real with y'all. Anybody they draft in those positions will be an upgrade in what they got. I'm good. I'm good on what we got. Outside of Tristian Wrifs and Ryan Jensen, anybody they draft will be an upgrade on what they already have. To me, those are Jags. Those are depth pieces. No offense to Robert Hainsley. I think he's decent. No offense to Luke Gedeke. I think he wasn't ready. He was out of position. No offense to Aaron Stenny. He was undrafted for a reason, right? No offense to Fred Walton. No offense. But anybody they draft and them trenches is an upgrade in those 3 areas. Yep. But the number one position of need for the Bucs is left tackle. Yeah, so the Ryan Jensen situation is a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I mean, he's not terrible. I think we know that. He's not terrible, but in the Dallas game, he did not look good. Now, at 19, you don't draft a center. There's a center from Minnesota, younger. But Ryan Jensen, to me, looks like to me he got one more year left because he's not going to get better, especially at center. He's not a Jason Kelsey type dude that, he just, no. He's not a Rodney Hudson type dude, no. He's good, don't get me wrong. But that playoff game was a telltale sign to let people know, oh, he's coming off knee injury. Right. Coming off those type of major knee injuries, you don't bounce back and become this beast mode center at 33. So I kind of expect a little drop off from Ryan Jensen, but he's still good enough to be still a top 12 center. I don't think he'll be a top 5 center moving forward based on his age and the injury history and his growth. He ain't growing no more as far as skills. He is who he is. He's an aggressive center. He run blocks well. He has a mean streak. He's not going to become this beast mode center at 33. If he was 30, I get you. I say he can still churn out some top level years, but he's still a top 12 center. And if the Bucs want to run the ball, Ryan Jensen will be very vital. Yes, he looked like sugar honey iced tea against the Cowboys. He didn't have no effect on the game. He had no effect on the Bucs running. As a matter of fact, the Bucs running game was actually just as worse or even worse than when he wasn't in the game. When Robert Haynes was in the game at center, it was terrible. Ryan Jensen was in the game, it was just as terrible, probably even more worse, because he was coming off knee injury and they rushed him back. And you put Robert Hainsley on the sideline. So it wasn't a big drop off between Jensen and Hainsley, to be honest with you. And I told y'all about this. I literally told y'all about throwing Ryan Jensen in there in that playoff game. I was like, I get it. You want all your troops on the front line, but it didn't work out. It was almost like, why is he playing? To keep it real with y'all, it was almost like, why is he playing? That's to me, why is he playing? It's pointless. It's useless. Terrible. He's not a terrible player. That game, he was terrible. He did not look good. And the Dallas front four, they run a base 4-3. It's not like they got beast defensive tackles. They got very twitchy defensive tackles, and Ryan Jensen could not keep up. The Bucs tried to run the ball. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw the game. It's horrible to watch. Fournette couldn't do nothing. Rashad White really didn't do anything. Ryan Jensen was slow, but he wanted to play so bad. He wanted to help his team. But I think he did more harmful things on the field as he hurt the team than helped the team because he wanted to play. Coming off a major knee injury, you have multiple issues with your knee, and you're going to come back in the playoff game? In the playoffs? To me, that was Ryan Jensen, one of his worst games in a while. He had no effect on the game. So, when it comes to the draft, in the first round, second round, and even third round, you got to address the trenches on both sides of the ball. Most importantly, left tackle. I can care less about receiver, safety. No, left tackle. What up, Michael Bivens? What's up? You need a safety. You need a safety. Period. I'm sorry. You need a left tackle. You need a left tackle. Look, you can move Tristian Wrifs over. That's fine. Now you need a right tackle. So no matter what you do with Tristian Wrifs, you're going to need a right tackle or a left tackle. That's first round pick. There's too much talent at the tackle position, right or left tackle, to not draft one in the first round when you know you have a position of need. You know you need a starter right away. And you know how the draft works. Soon as one tackle come off the board, here comes the run, and the Bucs are sitting at 19. You are sitting at 19. A position where you can move around, whether up or down. Because you got to look at it. 18 picks before you. How many teams need a tackle? A few of them. Raiders, right tackle. The Colts, but they'll probably have a quarterback. Eagles. Lane Johnson getting old. I'm just saying. There's several teams that's before us. Falcons, if they want to draft. There's several teams in front of the Bucs. You can see a run at the tackle position around about pick 8. From 8 to 18, you can see several tackles come off the board. What do the Bucs do in that situation? You go from pick 8 with all the tackles on the board, and by the time you get to pick 15, 5 of them off the board. Now, you at pick 13 or pick 14, 5 tackles are off the board. That, it can happen like that. It could be a back-to-back tackles. I'm talking about Stronski, Darnell Wright, Harrison, Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson. That's 5 guys right there I just named. They can go from 8 to 18. Right in front of the Bucs. 5 of them gone between picks 8 and 18. That's 10 picks. 5 of them tackles gone. That's a possibility. The probability is not high. Possibility is there. Because teams need cornerbacks, quarterbacks, edge rushers. But remember, premier positions, edge rushers. Guys that can get out the quarterback and also left tackle. And also now you can say right tackle too. Outside of the quarterback. So the Bucs are sitting in a position where they literally got their binoculars. I would say right around pick 13, 14, if your guy's still on the board, and there's a team in front of you that you might think might get him, do what you do, Jason. I wouldn't be mad at you. If you was to trade up to 16, you give up a 5th round pick and a 7th round pick and swap positions. Go from 19 to 16 or 15. Because left tackle or right tackle is vital for this offense to function. Regardless of who the quarterback is, you need the tackles. It used to be all about the left tackle, but right tackle just as important. First down. You know it, and I know it. Don't front. It's facts. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Now, if you at 19 and there's 4 or 5 guys that you like at 19, you can wheel and deal. See, the Bucs are in a good position. They're not. Look, pick 19 is not the best, it's not the worst. Because you're not at the top of the draft to get the number 1 tackle. And you're not at the bottom of the draft in the first round to get leftovers. But at pick 19, if you got Darnell Wright, Harrison sitting there, and Broderick Jones and Paris Johnson all sitting there at 19. Just give me a scenario. What do? The value was there on all 4 of those guys. But guess what? You can trade back 2-3 spots. A team might want another guy. You can trade back and still get your guy. You can go from 19 to 22. If 4 guys on the board at 19, you can go from 19 to 22. And if 3 come off, you can still get one of them. If all of them graded out pretty equal, you can still get your guy at 22. To me, you don't want to go past 22. I've been thinking about this. If the Bucs do make a trade and trade back, only for a couple spots, and only the scenario if you have multiple guys on the board at a minimum 4. Harrison from Oklahoma, Antonie Harrison. Roger Jones, Paris Johnson. If 4 guys are on the board at 19, you go back 2 or 3 spots at best. See, remember, the Ryan Neal situation, it affects a lot of stuff. Like I said, when I do the new mock draft, the day before the draft, oh, that's Wednesday, by the way, April 26th, I'll be doing mock draft 3.0. Now that mock draft is going to be literally exactly like the draft. I'm talking about I'm not going to take a long time. I'm going to go through it and pick the guys. because I'm already doing my research, looking at tackles, and I'm gonna start dropping these individual videos about these guys and all that. So you gotta think about it. That Ryan Neal signing was huge. Lavonte David, Jamel Dean, huge. That should tell y'all right there. On the defensive side, I know the Drew Sanders, I get it. But the more and more as the draft approaches, I keep thinking about the trenches. I can't let that go. I literally watched the team last year go 8-9. That's terrible with the expectations. And you literally saw the main reasons why they went 8-9. Trenches on both sides of the ball. One of the biggest reasons why the Bucs went 8-9, trenches. They couldn't run the ball. Pass blocking, the win-pass rate, the win-loss rate in passing and running was terrible. Well, the win-loss ratio in pass blocking wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. It wasn't no elite stuff. But the run block, win-loss ratio, that was terrible. If the Bucs do anything outside of the trenches in the first 2 or 3 rounds, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm just gonna be like, what are you doing? You got issues. Left tackle, left guard, right guard, edge rusher, defensive tackle. You got issues in 5 areas that require a big dude with a mean streak. You need more of those. Now, granted, you can't just keep drafting O-line on top of O-lineman, but if you got multiple areas that you need O-lineman, you do that. The defensive line is one of the few positions you can just keep drafting. Stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. You on game day, you looking at your defensive line rotation like, man. You know, you got your 5 technique, your 0 tech, and if you want to go down to 4 linemen, 3 tech, you can look at your defensive line like, I got 7 guys here, and it all can play. And the Bucs have lacked that for years. They have lacked a consistent package of dudes. Like, you are the dude. You are him. He's him. He's one of them. We've had a few in the past. You know, Simeon Rice. Gerald McCoy was, he was getting that defense tackle. Yeah, Gerald McCoy, yeah. Shaq Barrett, his one dominant year. Yeah, you getting that. But the Bucs' history, Warren Sapp, it ain't a great history of defensive line. Which is the reason why the Bucs was not looked at as a defensive for a long time. The early 2000s, yeah. But for the last 10 years, heck no. Bucs that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The Bucs had a terrible defensive line for the last 10 years. Terrible. Terrible. And outside of a couple of sprinkles here and there, overall it was terrible. They couldn't rush the pass. They never could. So what I'm saying is, you got to go defensive line as well. Safety in the second round, no. Cornerback in the second round, no. The position of need is O-line, D-line, edge rusher. Whatever you want to call it, D-lineman, edge rusher. Call it what you want to call it. That is the focus. And these signings should let you know. Lavonte David, Jamel Dean, Ryan Neal. The 3 biggest moves that the Bucs have made. Signing people. First down. Don't get mad at me. Give Jason Light a round of applause. Now he got to close the deal in the draft. No safety in the first round. No safety in the second round. Or even the third round. 0! Trenches. And another trench. Left guard, right guard, left tackle, or left guard, right guard, or either tackle position. It's 3 areas. 5 technique, edge rusher. 5 areas that requires dogs. D-O-G-S, all caps. We don't need no more Jags. It's just another Jag. No more Jags. No offense to Robert Hainsley and Luke Gedicke. Like I said, Ryan, Hainsley. No offense, they just, I can't explain it enough. I can't. Look, and I'm saying this for hashtag, what did your eyes tell you? Now, can these guys get better? Hainsley and Luke Gedeke and all these? Yes. But as of now, fam, there's guys in the draft better than those guys. Don't get mad at me. The tape don't lie. 32nd running the ball. Oh, but Hainsley, yeah, he's not bad. Okay, man. I mean, Luke Gedeke, he can play right tackle. Okay, man. These are the same guys. Well, Aaron Stanley was hurt. But even when he played, the Bucs run game wasn't that great in 2021. So what are we doing here? You don't want to be late to the party. Well, these guys can develop. No. If there is a guard in the 3rd round, 2nd round, and you got to draft to fit the scheme. Dave Canales. You got to draft to fit the scheme. You can't be light in the butt. Robert Hainsley, he's light in the butt. He can play guard. He's light. He ain't no, to me, he's not a dog. Right. D-A-W-G-S. He's not that type of dog. He's a solid player, but he's a jag to me. Like, he needs some more aggression in him. He need to get some dog. You around Ryan Jensen, get some dog in you. Luke Gedeke, glass eater? No, man. You need to eat. Know how to block. Anyway. Also, let me touch on this too. The Bucs rumors. Folks, do not get caught up in that stuff. This Mac Jones stuff flying around and Lamar Jackson stuff. The Bucs odds getting Lamar Jackson and Mac Jones popping up. First down. Come on, folks. Use your brain. Don't fall for the propaganda, the narratives. You want to know why they're doing that? You want to know why the odds were, what, 800? Like, the Bucs got, what, top 5 odds to get Lamar Jackson? Even Mac Jones. Because the Bucs quarterback situation is terrible. Told y'all this. Numbers don't lie, folks. Kyle Trask got no experience. And Baker Mayfield, 2-8 in the last 10 games. You want to hang your hat on that? No. If you can upgrade that position, do it! Now, you don't do it at the cost of the team. Look, I like Lamar Jackson. He got a non-exclusive franchise tag. Which means if you want to get it, you got to give up 2 first-round picks. And the Bucs can't afford it. So, the Lamar Jackson situation, no. Mac Jones, he's not going to require a bunch, but I think he's limited. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield at this point, but you get what I'm saying with Mac Jones. He's limited. So how do you get Lamar Jackson? I gave y'all that scenario. You're going to have to get rid of some people. You're going to have to throw somebody in there to trade, too. Because you got to give up 2 first-round picks. 2023 and 2025. You don't do it back-to-back years. Can't do that. Don't do that. Giving up 2 first-round picks, though, I just don't see that happening for the Bucs. I just don't see him doing that. I don't see Jason Light giving up 2 first-round picks. Now, I get it. He's a franchise quarterback and all that. He definitely would change the Bucs. I will tell you that much. I'll give you that. He'll keep the Bucs in contention, right? Because he's a dynamic player. I mean, to be honest with you, he'll make way more plays than Tom Brady overall. You get what I'm saying? Look, I know his running ability matter too. So he'll make a lot more plays than Tom Brady made last year. I think he'll score more touchdowns. Running and throwing. Because Brady had 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But when you break down the tape, he had a lot of garbage yards too. Garbage touchdowns. He didn't have a great year. To his standards. For most quarterbacks, that's a really good year. 46 yards, 25. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But for Tom Brady, nah, man. But Lamar Jackson will make more plays. He will get out of sacks. He'll run. He'll run for touchdowns. He'll throw for touchdowns. But the problem with Lamar Jackson, number one, you got to give up 2 first-round picks. Number 2, the contract. Matter of fact, you can flip those. The contract is a problem. You want all guaranteed money. And the Bucs just came out of a salary cap situation. Shedding $58 million. Number 2 first-round picks. Matter of fact, I can back it up even more. Number 1, Lamar Jackson contract. He won a fully guaranteed contract. And then number 2, you got to give up 2 first-round picks. The Bucs can't afford to do that. Okay? And number 3, what do you do with your roster after you sign it? You know Baker Mayfield ain't gonna be there if you sign Lamar Jackson. Out of there. It's over with. Hashtag, it's over with. Devin White, what do you do with him? Mike Evans, what do you do with him? Trades. Package Mike Evans, Devin White, 2 first-round picks to Baltimore to kind of offset the Lamar Jackson contract. Fully guaranteed, the Bucs, Jason. Come on, man. I wouldn't do it. And I like Lamar Jackson. I would love for him to be in Tampa. But not under those conditions. Not at that expense. That is too expensive. Please understand, folks. I like Lamar Jackson. If he came to Tampa, trust me, I'd be like, Lamar Jackson jersey off the rip. But the expense, the cost of getting him, and offensively, what do we do? What do we do with Lamar Jackson offensively with the Bucs? The Bucs currently constructed. What do you do with that offense? You insert Lamar Jackson. What does the offense look like? Because the Bucs running game was terrible. But with Lamar Jackson, the Bucs running game will be top 5. Because you got the RPOs, quarterback powers, stuff like that. Passing wise, Godwin, and Gage, and possibly Evans, if he's still around, if you don't get traded, those passing numbers ain't gonna be great. But at that expense, I would not touch him. I would not give up 2 first-round picks and some players. What else? Supply and demand. Got to be careful with Lamar Jackson. If the Bucs can find a way to get him and without destroying their salary cap, that's just, I don't see it happening. Possibility versus probability. It's a possibility that the Bucs get Lamar Jackson, but the probability is low. See, I don't live on possibility. Probability. Reality. Now, the Mac Jones situation, what I'm talking about right now is the rumors. The Mac Jones situation, the Belichick and Mac Jones, they kind of had not seen eye to eye, and he's been shopped around, and the Bucs name popped up. Anytime a quarterback situation pops up, the Bucs name is going to pop up. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, any quarterback, Trey Lance, because analysts, the talking heads, they look at the Bucs quarterback situation and they be like, this ain't gonna work. I told y'all this. I don't play the game, I watch the game for what it is. No favoritisms, none of that. Gotta be careful. The Bucs quarterback situation is one of the worst in the NFL. And that's a fact. You can run around here and pump your chest about Baker Mayfield all you want to. You can run around here and pump your chest about Kyle Trask all you want to. You can run around here and pump your chest about Dave Canales. I care less. The Bucs offensively, OC, quarterback situation is one of the worst in the NFL. You put those together, you mix it in a pot, and you pour it out. You take 32 teams, look at the quarterback, look at the OC, and you rank them. Where do you rank the Bucs? OC/quarterback situation. Where do you rank that at? First down. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. What do you rank the Bucs quarterback OC combo? What do you rank them at? Out of 32 teams, what do you rank them at? Let's keep it real. said Rachaad White is not that dude. Look, I think Rachaad White is a great third down guy. I don't think he's at this point. I mean, we'll see. I'm not finna. He's not terrible. I just watching him run, looking at tape. I'm like, no, not explosive. You know what I'm saying? He's good. He's shifty and all that. He ain't no home run threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't no Jonathan Taylor. He ain't no Aaron Jones. No Dalvin Cook. No Derrick Henry. No Travis Etienne. No Tony Pollard. No Alvin Kamara. I'm just saying. You know Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, keep it real. Like, that's it. I'm just saying, but what do you rank the Bucs quarterback situation? Quarterback OC situation. What do you rank them at? What do you rank them at? I got the Bucs bottom 5. OC quarterback combo. Bottom 5. And you can put them where you want to put it. You can put them 32. You can put them 30. You can put them 20. You can put them 20, 27, 20. I'm not going higher than 27. I'm not going higher than 27. It's that bad. That's why I'm trying to warn y'all. You're hyping yourself up for what? You know the situation with it. You know the situation. You can pump your chest all you want to about Dave Canales and Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. You can pump your chest all you want. You can beat your chest as blue. That ain't gonna change the situation that the Bucs are in right now. So you mean to tell me the Bucs don't have this quarterback situation like Geno Smith? Baker Mayfield's gonna all of a sudden become a Geno Smith type guy. Kyle Trask is all of a sudden gonna make this huge jump at year 3 with no experience. Baker Mayfield is gonna become this completely different quarterback after being on 4 teams in 3 years, whatever, 2 years or something like that. Come on, man. Wake up. Bottom of the barrel quarterback OC situation. This is why the draft is very important. You build your team through the draft. The quarterback situation will figure itself out. If you get everything else right, that quarterback, you can make that quarterback look really good. Do you understand that? If you get the rest of the team right, no matter who's at quarterback, that team will still be a problem. We've seen it. The San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy, round set. Oh, you want to know why? Look at the team around him. Baker Mayfield was in a situation like that in Cleveland. So did you forget what Chadwick Boseman used to do with scripts? Google it. Did you forget what Baker Mayfield had in Cleveland? Did you forget what Chadwick Boseman used to do with scripts? Google it. I literally shoot movies. Sick. Bars. Shout out to JC. And real sick. URLtv.tv.com. Whatever, I'm just saying. You get the rest of that team right. That's what the Bucs got to do. And we can survive. We can survive with Baker or Kyle Trask. We're not going to be a top tier team. We're not even going to be close to that. It is what it is. Because we're not built like the 49ers. Too many holes. It's to the point that the 49ers are like, look, Brock Purdy is our starter. Trey Lance was he was pick number 3, and the 49ers gave up 2 first. Like, they gave up a lot to go get Trey Lance. And Brock Purdy is named 7th round draft pick. They're like, we don't see any reason to push Brock Purdy out of his position of being a starter. You want to know why? You want to know why? Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuels, Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco run game, San Francisco defensively, the Bosa, the Forrest Buckner. I'm sorry, Eric Armstead. The Forrest Buckner's the coach. Eric Armstead. Javon Kinlaw. Gerald Willis. The defensive lineman they got. Fred Warner. Greenlaw. What are we doing here? It's called drafting. This is why I told y'all the Bucs need starters right away. At least 3. To be honest with you, they need a Seattle draft. Shoot, I'll give you the perfect breakdown. Tackle, guard, edge rusher, all starters. Or tackle, edge rusher, defensive tackle, all starters. And you throw in a linebacker, starter. You throw in a slot guy, starter. That's 5 guys, starters, right away. First down. Don't get mad at me. That's the scenario that you want. 5 guys, right away. Boom. Slot guy, left tackle, right tackle, whatever you want. Pick one. 5 technique, edge rusher. Now you can even throw a running back in there. But the point I'm trying to make, starters. And then whoever at quarterback will figure itself out. Yeah, I heard about that. Talking about Akeem Hicks coming back. No, thank you. No, thanks. See, this is what I'm talking about. Don't do it, Jason. Don't do it, man. We don't need Akeem Hicks back, bro. Why? He's taking snaps from Logan Hall. Develop the young guy. Develop the young guy. That's what set Joe Tryon-Stoinka back. Running JPP out there. In the way. Stunning his growth. And now you're talking about Hakeem Hicks. They talking about it's gonna be nice to have him back. No, man. We need younger, fresher guys. If you re-sign Hakeem Hicks, he only gonna play what, 20% of the snaps? It's a waste of time. Those snaps go Logan Hall and one of the draft picks. Anyway, don't get me started on that. See, I read it. Oh man, look, Hakeem Hicks and Julio Fully. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of them, no more of those guys. I'm good as a fan. No thanks. Julio with the Cowboys and Ken O'Neal, he signed somebody else, you know, like, I'm good. Logan Ryan, nobody signed him. Nobody signed him. I'm good. No thanks. But as I wrap this video up, approaching an hour, but I just want to come on here and kind of give y'all a heads up on what's about to happen in the next few weeks. These videos about to start dropping next week. So I need y'all to start watching some tape. Specifically at tackle. And we're going to talk about a couple guards too, but at tackle, edge rusher, and D lineman. Or 5 techniques. Or 3 techniques, you would call them. We got a lot to talk about, folks. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy early Easter. Y'all have a great weekend. You and your families be safe out there. Stay out of trouble. I want y'all back next week. We're kicking it off Monday. First video. Tackles. I ain't gonna be able to fit all of them in one video. I'm gonna talk about 3 of them and then I'm gonna space them out. Part 1, part 2, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of tackles. There's about 9 of them I can talk about. I'm already ready, folks. They dropping. Come Monday. We start Monday. Don't get mad at me. Anyway, shouts out to all the Pirates of Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining this live stream. Have you noticed anything different? I'll let y'all talk about that. With that being said, fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag bus. Hashtag what did your eyes tell you? Hashtag trenches matter. We're gonna start talking about that next week. Hashtag stay humble. Please stay humble. Don't get in arguments out there with other fan bases. Stay humble. Hashtag life after Brady. Hashtag probability versus possibility. That's real, folks. Hashtag reality check. Hashtag don't mess this up, Jason Light. Hashtag we need starters. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag phase 3. Hashtag NFL draft this month. Yes. Hashtag good free agency too. Hashtag fire the Kansas. Hashtag walk the plank. With that being said, I'll see y'all Monday. We're kicking up the draft conversation. We're talking about tackles. We ain't talking about nothing else. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Roger that. Deuces.